So last week we did a video talking about the top 10 Godzilla Kaijus that I think should make a comeback. Go check that out if you haven't. And today I wanted to do a similar video for Gamera, right? But much to my surprise, upon doing research for this, Gamera's rogues gallery is not nearly as vast as Godzilla's, which I guess I should have expected. Unfortunately, Gamera has always kind of played second fiddle to Godzilla, and the Showa era of Gamera was not nearly as fruitful as the Showa era of Godzilla. But I would have thought with the Heisei trilogy being as renowned as it was, it would have brought some more light back onto Gamera. But Gamera has been quiet for most of the Millennium era, only really coming back with the Godzilla Rebirth anime in 2023. I don't want to count any of the Kaiju that appeared in that anime, so we're going to be discussing the final 4 Kaiju from Gamera, and we're going to talk about in what specific order I think I would like to see them come back. With all that said, let's dive in with the final one on the list. In 4th place, and I guess last place on this list, is going to be Barugon. Not Baragon. I don't know why they would risk a copyright infringement with that kind of name. Barugon can create a rainbow that destroys stuff. And that's kind of it. I don't really see a point to him, and I don't really imagine that the anime, which was able to take some pretty bad kaiju, all things considered, and make them super cool, could do anything with that. Really, like, I don't see anything that could be done with his kaiju designs. So yeah, Barugon, I don't really want to see come back. Next up, taking the bronze medal on this list is Zetus from the 2006 Gamera the Brave movie, which for some reason is still counted as a Heisei era movie. Not entirely sure why. I feel like that would have been the Millennium era for Gamera, but what do I know? This guy, honestly, the only reason I don't really care for him is his design. I think his design's kind of bad. His powers and stuff are pretty good, and he managed to put up a pretty decent fight throughout the movie. So I could easily see maybe a rework of his design coming back in a second season of Gamera Rebirth and really helping sell the character for what they were trying to go for. I don't know if he'd still be like a major threat. They'd have to crank up his powers a little bit because obviously it was a lot lower scale for Gamera the Brave than it was in the Heisei trilogy. And I don't think that just this guy is going to take on the Rebirth Gamera by himself. He's going to need some rework. But overall, yeah, he takes the bronze for this one. Taking the silver medal for this video, we have Legion. Now, Legion is a species of aliens that Gamera fights in the second Heisei era movie, and I think overall their designs are alright and their powers are pretty cool. They give up a really decent fight against Gamera. I could see this being like a major plot line for a series, for like a season of an anime if they were to go that way, you know, trying to track Giant Mother Legion with Gamera as regular human soldiers take on the various little small ones on the street level. It's not the one I would immediately pick to be revamped, mostly because, well, our number one is just our number one, so I guess we should probably get into that so I can explain that a little bit better. Number one is Iris, and much like I said last week with the Destroya entry for Godzilla, when you think of a kaiju that can defeat Gamera or even put Gamera on the back foot and possibly even kill Gamera, it's going to be Iris. If you were ever to combine Godzilla and Gamera, they would have to go up against either Iris or Destroya because those are the two biggest threats to them as kaiju. They are the ones that you immediately assume to be the kaiju killer. Overall, the design of Iris is really cool. I could see a little bit of a slight revamp, just some modern stylings and whatnot, but I honestly think that the design probably shouldn't be changed too much. And overall, as I said, this is the first kaiju you think of when you think of a kaiju that has beaten or could beat Gamera. Yeah, that's why I think that Iris should definitely make a comeback in the future, much like Destroya for Godzilla. Well, that's another Kaiju done and in the bags. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a little bit smaller than I was hoping for. Like I said, Gamera's Rogues Gallery really is a bit too small. If I was honestly going to say anything, I would say that I hope we get some more new kaiju from Gamera, maybe in the form of an anime, a video game, or just another freaking movie or something. Like, Godzilla has made an absolute massive comeback over the last decade. I definitely think Gamera needs to come back now. Strike while the iron's hot. The Gamera Rebirth anime was an absolute banger. Capitalize on that and either make a second season of it or make an animated movie for it. And honestly, I think that a lot of the kaiju could benefit from a decent comeback. But Gamera definitely needs like a little bit bigger rogues gallery, because if there's only like 12 total Gamera monsters in the entire franchise, that's a little bit lacking. And it makes videos like this kind of hard to do. But with that said, I'll see you guys next time.